The offset controls inside of Onyx are one of those ones that's a little bit more mysterious, but there's definitely a couple use cases where it can be really, really helpful. Let's dive in. I'm David from Above AVL and Learn Stage Lighting, and the offset, which we're just going to select some fixtures and then show you, is in the views. It's a window right here that looks and works a lot like the highlight and default windows, but is a little bit different. And it's a little bit different in that it is actually offsetting channels, as it says. So how does it work? Well, if we hit edit, everything turns yellow and we can change it. Okay. And then we just have the ability to set things to 0% or set an offset to them. Okay, so this actually gets really curious and kind of interesting because you go, what is this actually useful for? Well, I've got a couple situations that I think would be really helpful. I think in my mind, there's two. Number one is I actually used this when we did a video years ago with the mod scenes hoist. When this first came out, we used their kinetic hoist, and using these offsets allowed us to essentially set a limit for how far the hoist would travel so they couldn't smack the ground. I did that by just subtracting. So for example here, if I go minus 25% on intensity, okay, it's just a fixed offset. And now if I go to my programmer and I start to bring up the intensity, you see I get 0 to full here in the programmer. However, if I go to output, I will see that my intensity is red. It's at 75%, and it shows me that it is being modified. Okay, so it doesn't go below 0 because, that wouldn't work, but it's until I hit 26%. 0 through 25 does nothing. 26 does something. So that allows me to limit a channel in how far it can go. Similarly, if I flip it the other way, it would essentially make it so that a channel would always stay on, which could also be helpful. So I could go in here, I could edit it, and then go back to 0. And this time I go plus 20%. Now it's only ever going to go down to 20%, no lower. So it's kind of like setting a minimum. If you could set the default to 20%, okay, but that would still allow you to program it lower than 20%. Setting an offset of plus 20% means no matter what you do, it is not going below 20% like ever. Okay, so that's kind of cool too. It allows you to set a point, say, hey, it's never going to go below this point. Another place that I would say this is really useful is in pan and tilt. So for example, say, especially with tilt, you have a stage and you're running an event, and whoever your boss is, whoever's in charge, comes to you and they go, hey, those lights that are swinging around, we cannot let them hit the backdrop. They absolutely cannot, do not hit the backdrop. You need to get them off right now and make sure they don't hit the backdrop again. So by adjusting the offset, especially on the tilt, you can get them in a place where they shouldn't really be able to ever hit that backdrop in regular program. Definitely an interesting tool, not something everyone's going to use every day, but like any programming tool on a console, it's always good to be educated on it so that when you hit that situation where you're like, oh, I could use that offset thing for this, now you have the tools in your hand to make your life easier and make your events more successful. Thanks so much for watching. If that sounds good and you want more stuff like this, head over to Learn Stage Lighting Labs. We've got a link, we got a QR code here so that you can click on it and learn everything you want to know about Onyx. We've got multiple courses covering every aspect of Onyx, and we keep it up to date with every Onyx version. We're the only place that does that. So start for free, check it out today. You can check out all the videos, see if it's for you. If it's not, then just cancel before it starts and you're good to go. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video, as long as you're subscribed. Thanks.